ahead.
Hey everybody, what's up? How you guys doing today? Hello. I waited for an answer for some reason, like an audible answer. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but please feel
If we had
free
voice chat, that would be intense.
to
70 people all yelling over each other at the same time.
drop some requests, guys. I need a heating element. It's over
Oh.
there. You got it? Thank you.
That might help.
But I am going to get started. So, any requests? First person to say something that I see, I will consider it if I like it. I am still the artist here, but I do want to take requests, and I'm not that picky. I don't see any requests, so I'm just, ooh, good one. As Watts on YouTube, Danny Phantom.
Hey.
Danny Phantom. Good one.
We got Venom. Tiger.
Oh, I made a Venom
Yeah, I
on
saw
one of the
that.
last streams. I was really, really quite pleased with it. Highly recommend checking out the second to last live stream, our Wednesday one, to see that. But I'll probably end up. But the
Ooh.
only reason I recommend it is because it was a really complex version of it.
Appa from The Last Airbender.
Whoa. Okay, here we go, y'all. It's Danny Phantom. Remember when we met Butch Hartman?
That was interesting. He seemed like an alright fella.
Yeah.
Not sure if that was all a ruse or not, but he seemed like an alright fella.
He seemed very cool.
Yeah.
And that is all I will say.
There we go.
Keep it kind. I hope he's an alright fella. I never want anyone to not be cool.
Agreed. Becca is back. We haven't seen you in forever.
Becca, what's up? How you doing, girl? Whew, is this batter out of the fridge?
No.
Really?
Is it?
The bottle feels cold, and maybe it's just my brain acting up, but it feels like the batter coming out, like it's acting like it's cold, but I guess I'm just imagining it. Maybe it's a little thickums?
Yeah, the bottles do feel a little cold. I mean, it is kind of a little cold in this room. I turned heat on maybe a half hour ago.
I feel like they're out of the fridge, but cool, that's fine.
And the batter might be a little thick. I tried not to do
It's
my
a
usual
little thickums.
my usual Ben move of making the batter way too thin. Because
Ben is on another level with batter where he's just like, yeah, I can use water thin batter, and then he'll make the batter an event. We'll be like, Ben, we're not you. We need thick batter.
you
Me especially.
You just need to spend hours holding a bottle upside down.
Yeah.
And letting it drip out and suck it back in. Just do that for forever, and eventually.
I will be on your level. We all have our strengths, and some of them are just like weird. Like, you got good with thin batter, I guess, because you just practiced with really thin batter.
Yeah.
And so if we're ever at a batter or an event with thin batter, Ben's just like, I got this.
I've never been to grad school, but I've heard rumors
About what?
that Becca said grad school is keeping her on her toes.
Gotcha. You guys having like finals week, all you college kids? Is that what you're doing? I feel like that's what I keep hearing, is that it's almost finals. Everyone's dying inside.
It's better than dying on the outside, I guess.
Yeah. Is it?
I guess that depends on your perspective.
Yeah.
Alright, just gonna hide Mr. Wanna Buy Some Followers here.
Did you make a white? This is a white. This is a white.
There's a white. It's got the thin tip.
Nice. Okay. Could probably be doing this one a little faster, but I lost my meds this morning, so my focus is worse. Ugh. I'm like trying to wake up still, which is annoying. We love med dependence. We don't love that. I'll have some coffee in me soon. It's my backup plan. Gonna catch him all 'cause he's Danny Phantom. Gonna catch him all 'cause he's Danny Phantom. Gonna catch him all 'cause he's Danny Phantom. It's a good theme song. Yo, Danny Fenton, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine that was designed to see a world unseen. He's gonna catch him all 'cause he's Danny Phantom. Okay, so that one is gonna cook, but then...
insanely complicated, Becca. Finals week is a bunch of final papers. I'm currently writing a 30-page paper on using a person-centered theoretical counseling approach to working with children in the foster system.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right. 30. Wow, is that at least double-spaced? Because double-spaced makes all the difference. Ben, could you scroll up a little bit? I want to see the requests we got pouring
right
in.
there.
Oh, cool. Great Dane. That's a really cool one. I'll get to some of those other requests soon that were already requested. I'm just going to try to tackle them in order as best I can. Or not in order, because I won't guarantee that I'll make you something, but Ben, are we still doing like a priority system with donations, or is that out the window? Okay, you want to explain that?
Yeah, we're still doing that. So we got the info along the ticker on the bottom. I'm about to drop the link in the chat, just for a little FYI for everyone. If you want to get your donation bumped to the front of the line and avoid the roulette of dropping it in the chat, we can prioritize your request and also give you a sweet photo of it after the stream's over. We'll post it to our website.
Of course, we are happy to take requests for free. We've actually been dropping that system a little more and more as we've decided to make these streams a little bit less, I don't want to say beggary, but you know, we're trying to, we just like entertaining you guys, and these streams are really good for us, and so we've been trying to lean this more towards like, you know what, anyone can get a request, even though we've always been doing that. We're trying to do that a little harder, I guess, and so there's no pressure to donate. We'd appreciate it, of course, and you will get that priority. So if you're just really impatient and have $3 laying around, $5, whatever, feel free to throw it at us, and I will ignore all the other requests and make yours. So this is probably going to look like I exaggerated, like made a caricature of this dog, but this is just straight up how this dog looks. It's the most goofy, Scooby-Doo looking, droopy-faced Great Dane.
Oh yeah, Animaniacs.
Yeah, I watched 3 episodes of that last night.
I haven't seen any of it, so don't spoil it.
There's no spoilers, you're good. Like, it's not something you can spoil, I don't think.
It's not serialized?
No, it's like one episode, they're Greek gods, and it's never explained. That's just the canon. And then in another episode, they're in medieval times, and it's never explained. That's just the canon.
That sounds like Animaniacs.
Yeah.
You stay true to form.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad your father-in-law, future father-in-law, loved the portrait.
Who made that?
Becca. I made a portrait of her father-in-law
nice.
a few request streams ago, and also made her another Technicolor face portrait, which is I think my best one of her so far, which is be my 3rd one, I think.
Nice.
So I see that's your profile pic now, so that's awesome.
Hey.
I'm glad it met the standard of becoming a profile pic. It's always a good feeling.
I mean, that at the very least means it looks like you.
Dang it, Jeremy.
What?
Now I can't watch it.
Jeremy! That was like a huge twist that they're zany. And that they're animany. God. Well, what's the point anymore?
Don't.
There's that one guy.
Jeez.
Here's another spoiler.
Next thing.
They're satirical.
Oh.
Whoa.
Next thing you're gonna tell me they have baloney in their slacks. I'm like, how would I have known that? Thanks.
All right. Great Dane is on the way. It's gonna be a cool one. Are you guys ready for Danny Phantom?
Here we go. Almost there.
All right. I need a spatula. Where'd it go? Oh. Ah, I might go up. One second. Ah. Sorry, y'all. My mic is going rogue.
Got a rogue mic, guys.
Ready. We're gonna do Dora the Explorer type stuff. It's like, can everyone at home say da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, and then he'll appear. He's a phantom. There's the boy.
One and only.
I feel like that hair could have been a little darker gray, but that's okay.
We live, we learn.
Yeah, that green is also really light. It's like a peppermint almost.
I went for a more pastel color scheme. It's like I went the opposite of my usual for everything. 'Cause usually I tend to mix my colors a little more rich, and that's usually everyone's like,
Wow, see how many people we have?
everything's too dark.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
So, we've got requests for Tiger, Kobe, Appa, Princess Mononoke, Garnet. Oh, it just disappeared. Can you scroll up? Garnet from Steven Universe, Natsu from Fairy Tail, and the Animaniacs. I think the Animaniacs is a cool one. Okay, but which Animaniacs? I feel like I want to make Wacko. Personally, that's just my personal view.
Do what you feel.
There's one thing that bugs me a little bit about the reboot, I would say, and it's the animation.
Is it not great, or is
I've seen a lot of people praise it, but it feels a little too like Flash for me. Feels a little cheap. Like it is I know there's effort put in, and so it's probably just a nitpick, but like it just feels like there's a few frames missing sometimes. It looks just a little too like online animation-y.
Maybe they're probably, I mean, you think they're using vector animation and
Actually, I know they are because they said it in the trailer.
Ah.
They're like, look at those smooth vectored lines, widescreen format.
Maybe that's because like that's the one thing I noticed, like especially watching like Last Airbender and then watching Korra. It's like you can tell like Last Airbender was hand, I mean, vector's still hand drawn, but it was drawn on paper.
Is vector hand drawn?
I mean, it's generally, yeah, at the very least it's
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and but it's also like it's smooth and corrected, and then like also the transitions between, it's not and you can do a full 24 30 frames or even 60 frames if you want to, so you can get really smooth animation that just your eyes aren't used to, kind of like when you watch those TVs where they have the true motion or whatever, where they have,
and it looks worse.
It
looks like a cheap soap opera.
Yeah,
everything
looks great for sports, but yeah, and part of that's it's interpolating the frame, so it's literally there's a
AI.
Yeah, AI. There's a chip in there that's actually guessing what would be in the in-between frames.
Have you seen those YouTube videos that are popping up now where it's like AI makes 24 frames per second animation into 60 frames per second, and the joke is that it just makes it look like a video game. Like Disney movies now look like video game cutscenes.
Yeah.
Which is funny. It's funny that adding more frames would make it look like a cheaper product. Not that video games are poorly made or anything, or like cheaply made, but there's a, like, I don't know, there's a reason. I think sometimes you can overdo something to its detriment, like, you can, it's hard to explain, but it's 24 frames per second to me looks better.
I think part of it's just our eyes. Part of it, I think, part of it is our eyes are just trained to see it that way.
Yeah.
But it's also there could be something else to it too, though. But it could be some mixture of both, because your brain obviously fills in the gaps of all the missing stuff when you're doing 24 frames a second, and then but if you have 48 or 60 frames, or like, there's nothing to fill in, it's all there.
Yeah.
and you don't get any you don't get any motion blur either, which is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because the the exposure, 24 frames a second, the exposure time of each frame is longer because it's literally 1/24th of a second. So if you do 60 frames, it's 1/60th of a second. So like you're gonna get you could be moving much faster but still get a crisp image out of it.
Crazy.
It's just it's the equivalent of upping the shutter speed when you're taking photos. Like if you're taking an action shot, you want to be at least 600 1/600th of a second on your shutter speed if you want to get like a really crisp one. Ideally 800 to 1000. Anything past that, it's diminishing returns. And just do that if you got too much light.
Well, there's something about like old hand-drawn animation, like that's my problem with the Animaniacs, is it looks a little too like. I love animation, and so it's hard when like I can feel something the whole time I'm watching it, but I can't put it into words. And there's just something about it that feels a little too clean, like. And I know that's gonna sound weird, but like. I don't know. I can't articulate it. And if anyone thinks they know what I'm talking about, feel free to try to explain it better than I can. But like, it just feels stiffer, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm not explaining it well. I probably sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's fine, because there's just a feeling I get. And it's not just the Animaniacs. It's other stuff with very clean vector animation. There's something about it that's like...
It's too clean.
It's too... I don't know. I don't know. I can't do it today. I'm not on my brain meds.
So, Lauren Brown asked about if we have to learn to draw backwards to do this, and it was answered a little bit, but not really.
Not really.
In most instances, we just draw as it is, and the image just ends up mirrored in the first, and nobody really cares if like in this case.
Yeah, like Wacko's gonna be facing the other way, and no one's gonna be like, hey, he looks at the left.
Yeah. If it's a logo or something like that with lettering, or if there's very specific things that need to be on the left or the right, then we'll mirror it. A lot of times we'll mirror it on our phone. Sometimes we show off and do it in our heads. You do have to write everything backwards.
Yeah, and then there's two answers to that. So we have to learn to do certain things mirrored like words, but if you mean backwards, like sometimes people ask that exact question, but they mean, no, I mean like the first layer you put down is on top. So you have to do highlights before you do fill and stuff. And honestly, that was such a minor change for me, because the biggest rule and the biggest way we teach people things is make yourself a coloring book page and then color it in. And that's just kind of how I think of it. So I'm gonna flip this Great Dane. 1, 2, 3. So for example, I drew those black lines and then the spots, and so then I had a coloring book page, and then I went ahead and did my shadows, which are these like grayish purple, and then I did my middle color, I guess, which was like my gray, and then I did my highlight. And you can do those in any order as long as you keep them in the correct spots. The only difference is you can't lay things on top of each other than color on line work. Does that make sense? Like, I can't color the whole Dalmatian in and go, oh, I want better highlights because it's covered. It's kind of like drawing everything in one layer.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of painting on glass. Like, the process is almost identical. If you gave us a paintbrush and a pane of glass, we could probably do some neat stuff with it after a few minutes of getting our bearings.
I want to do Ursula. Ursula is one we don't get like all the time, and I love me some Ursula.
Well, someone asked for an anthromancer.
Oh, what? I can't escape illustrating Anthromancer even at work. I'm totally joking.
Is Dan in the chat?
Dan's got shooters out here. All right, and Wacko might actually be done pretty soon. So I might go ahead and flip. Maybe? The grid'll really heat it up because I turned it a little too high, so I don't really want to let him sit for too much longer.
No problems with peeling or anything?
No, I haven't noticed anything. Cool. Oh, yep, he is ready. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So when I say the show's too clean, I definitely don't mean that, because that is some scratchy line work. I don't know what's with me and the batter today. It just feels a little I think it's a little on the thick side. I don't know. I'm not complaining. I just...
Sounds like it.
Excuse me. Woo. There we go. Wacko packs away the snacks. But now he is a snack.
Whoa.
I think out of all the Animaniacs, I like his voice the best. He's got that Ringo Starr accent, like that British. That's really, I don't know what it would be. What would you call like the Beatles accent? Because it's not just British.
It's a Liverpool accent.
Liverpool accent, yeah. He's got a Liverpool accent for some reason. Does everyone at this point know that Ursula was actually modeled off of a specific drag queen? Like literally the animators were like, we want it to look like this drag queen.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I hope
Yeah.
that they got paid.
Yeah. She's probably the most like obvious example in the Disney canon of like, I don't know, I don't think anyone would be offended by me talking about this, but like, you know, people have talked about more and more recently how like villains in Disney are queer coded. Like they're all very flamboyant and over the top.
Oh yeah.
And Ursula is literally modeled after a drag queen. So it's interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, Jafar is a little...
Yeah. Scar.
Yeah, very.
Scar's like, oh, I shall practice my curtsy.
Yeah.
Well,
that's odd. I never even...
Yeah.
All the bad guys are slightly effeminate.
Yeah, look into it's like queer theory. It's just a theory where it's like, yeah, it's interesting because, you know, it's like Disney is not going to touch actual LGBT representation with a 9-foot pole.
Yeah, I mean, to Disney's credit, they had pride parades in the 90s at Disney World. Like,
really?
Yeah, like it was a big deal. Like people were not happy about it.
But in the 80s, didn't they ban? Did you ever hear about homosexual fast dancing? At the Disney clubs, if there were 2 people of the same gender, they could be kicked out for homosexual fast dancing. That's literally what it was called.
Wow.
You can watch documentaries about it. And then I met one of Gina's friends and he had a shirt that said, "You want to go homosexual fast dancing?" And I lost it. I was like, I need that.
Yeah, because they had, so, let's see.
I hope this doesn't bother anyone to talk about. I mean, I'm not saying any of this with like spite or malice. I just find, you know, like this kind of stuff really interesting because there's like...
Okay, I was slightly wrong on that. So
yeah, that would surprise me.
Well,
absolutely.
they had gay days at Walt Disney World, but it was a thing that people did on their own. But they so started in 1991, 3,000 gay lesbians from Central Florida going to area theme parks on one day, wearing red shirts to make their presence visible. By 1995, grown to 10,000. 2010, it was 150,000.
Which, like, I imagine Disney, if that were the case, probably just let it happen because it would look really bad to be like, no.
But they had their first ever Pride Parade in 2019.
Really? Wow. Yeah. Definitely not the 90s, but, you know, still something, I guess.
Okay, yeah. The controversy that I remember is, like, people were mad at Disney for not stopping Gay Day from happening.
Yeah.
That was...
Gosh darn gays in the park. Who do they think they are? Disney villains?
The temperature of the griddle, it's around 200, 225, maybe 250 tops. So about 100, 150 degrees less than what you would normally make pancakes at. Would be considered like a low to medium heat. The horse girls of the LGBT community.
I read that. I'm still processing that.
Yeah.
The horse girls, because like I know horse girls as like the girls in kindergarten who have the long hair and are obsessed with horses, and everyone knew one.
Okay, well I'm Urban Dictionarying that one just so I can.
That's so funny.
Horse. Okay.
That is definitely a sentence.
Hmm. Horse girl. A girl who wears T-shirts with horses on them
Yeah.
and tapered denim pants, has really long hair in which they braid and fasten with a scrunchie in the back of their head. Will gallop on the track during gym
Yep.
class.
Yep.
Is only friends with other girls who like horses, and will look down on you because you are not a horse.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
you never knew a horse girl?
I mean,
I was like borderline a horse girl. Like I wasn't, but I also had the longest hair in my class, and that's like one of the stereotypes. And by the way, I hope none of this is offensive to anyone. Like I am not judging. I was the weirdest kid in my class. I'm not trying to like make anyone like, ah, yeah, horse girls, they were weird. I'm not trying to do that. But it's just funny because once like my generation got older, they were like, why did everyone have a horse girl in their class?
I'm sure I did. I probably just wasn't paying enough attention. Because the only person I knew that owned horses. I used to ride horses when I was really young.
Really? I
Just
didn't know that.
for a minute. I had a friend whose grandma had a farm where she had horses, and so we'd go out there and never anything intense, like never anything past a nice little trot. Because I was
Still.
literally like 6 to 8 years old.
Able to be thrown off.
Yeah, well, one time
I mean, anyone could be, but
Yeah, well,
while you're talking, could you scroll up a little bit? I just want to
I
catch up.
definitely had a horse go under a clothesline once while I was on it. That was fun. Tell me when.
Just looking at the comments. Bless you, Dana. Please don't die. Oh, Sky Kid, I'll try, I guess. I think I'm caught up.
One of these days, she's going to fail, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, I'm
We
gonna look
all
up a
will.
tiger. A tiger was one of the first things requested, and I love me a tiger. So
Tigers are pretty awesome. So I'm gonna.
I guess sometimes
I should check on our donations here. See.
Oh yeah. Guys, just a reminder, you are absolutely welcome to request whatever you want, and we're happy to make it for free, but we will give priority to anybody who pairs their request with a donation, which, Ben, I imagine you dropped that link.
Just dropped the link. Yeah, so obviously, like the line for the requests in the chat, the queue, so to speak, just not really much of a queue because we kind of pick what we want out of it, whatever's the most interesting to us. Because there's no way we would be able to get to everything in that. But if you want to like throw your request to the very front of the line and like guarantee that you'll get it, you can go to that link and just donate any amount over $1. So it can be, and there's also the option you can upload a photo there too, so you can get a loved one or a pet or yourself, or even so a lot of people will send us their own art and have us make their art in Pancake. So yeah, so there's that, and of course, obviously, like every little bit helps us out, helps us keep the lights on in the hot lights on in this state-of-the-art Pancake studio.
Yeah, it is kind of state-of-the-art, isn't it?
I mean, it definitely.
It's easily one of the finest pancake art studios in the entire continental United States,
if not the best,
or in the world.
Yeah.
We're joking, of course. We don't know anyone else with a pancake art studio.
I mean, so there you go. If we're the only ones, then we have to be the best, right?
And the worst.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I request a pancake of Anders' forehead.
Who said that?
The Berserker 13. This must be someone that's close to the inner circle here.
Yeah. You want our manager's brother's forehead?
I mean, all right.
I mean, who am I?
Don't deny them their joy.
Yeah. I don't judge anyone for what they want on a pancake. There are no limits here.
He says he'll never tell.
What's the point of it then? You just want it?
You
don't want to send it to Anders and be like,
He really wants a pancake of Anders' head.
I mean, cool. I feel like a begrudging genie right now. Like, this is what you're going to use your wish on? All right.
Your wish is Anders' forehead.
it's something that we don't get asked a lot. We get asked to like the funniest requests or the craziest requests, but one thing we don't get asked for a lot are like the most pointless requests. And I feel like I have more answers for that because I have had requests before where it's just like you waited in line for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. You get to have one thing made into a pancake, possibly ever, and you chose this. And I would say the most notable example in my brain right now was when a little kid came up to my table and he wanted a screenshot from his Minecraft game, like his Minecraft like stuff he had built. And that all sounds fine and good, you know, like maybe it was like his house he built or something. I'm totally fine to make personalized stuff. But I can see the dad who's like walking this kid up there is a little uncomfortable, and he says something like, I told him not to get it made. And he gives me the phone, and I still have it. I still can like dig it up out of my phone, but it's like a blurry screenshot of nothing. Like, it was like I could not identify a single thing in the image.
Just colored blobs.
Yeah, it was like him at night, first person mode, like looking around, and there's just like a wall, and there's like some trees in the distance, and there's like another wall, and it's slightly blurred. Like you can tell he like took a picture of his screen, but he was so happy about it. He was like, oh, I can't wait. And I was just like, okay, and give me credit. You look at this pancake and it looks like the screenshot in that it looks like an abstract series of shapes. And the kid was happy with it. And the dad, it was just so funny. He was like, oh, thank you for making this. I told him to make something else. And I'm like, no, it's fine. But
great.
It just killed me because it's like children have such wild imaginations. And this kid found so much joy in this screenshot of seemingly nothing. But you know what? To him, it might have been everything. So that's my answer to a question that we never get. But like that happens sometimes. You just get a request and you're like, why would you get this made out of anything? You can have anything made. But like, okay.
He was testing you. That's what Berserker
Maybe. Said. I mean, but I'm gonna be polite and I'm not gonna judge because like live your bliss, kid.
Not gonna yuck your yum.
Sure, I don't know what that means, but okay.
I'm not gonna yuck your yum, meaning I'm not going to.
Say yuck to things you say yum at. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just another way of saying the same thing you already said.
Ah. I love making tigers. So let's say, well, no, I can't make a blue tiger because I already started shading it. So it's just gonna be a basic orange tiger. Ah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a good one. Opposite of orange is blue. So we're gonna put that in there.
Get that contrast.
Yeah. Opposite end of the color wheel. You know what I'm saying. All right.
I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm gonna go get some.
I need to drink some. So we're gonna flip Ursula here in a second, but Ben, before you get up, if you could scroll up to the last time we got the update on requests, and then I'll go ahead and flip Ursula.
Oh, Jeremy just dropped it.
Hmm.
Here we go.
Could you scroll up a little bit more? I saw a comment. I always love when Dana draws animals. Becca, thank you, me too. Mm. Okay.
We got a long list now. Look at that. Just keeps growing.
Coffee chug. All right, Ursula time. Someone asked for a pancake. I might make a stack of pancakes. That sounds kind of fun. Unless the Berserker 13, you just meant like a pancake-shaped pancake. In which case, that would just be a pancake.
We don't make round pancakes as a point of principle.
Well, but if he wants a pancake-shaped pancake, like he didn't just say, give me a round pancake. He wants or they, sorry, I don't know, but person wants a pancake-shaped pancake. To me, that's more of an art statement, but maybe that's because I'm pretentious. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. I like that a lot. That's like the perfect light purple for her, too. For unfortunate souls in pain, in need. This one wanting to be thinner, that one wants to get the girl, and do I help them? Yes, indeed. There we are, folks. Yeah, we got a big crowd today. How's everyone doing? Hope y'all are doing okay. I'm... Okay, the Berserker said, please don't make my request, lol. Noted. Someone asked for a Kobe. I think that'd be kind of nice. I'm going to just go on a wild guess and say that's Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. God, to think that Kobe Bryant, like, passing away, that was, like, a very early 2020 thing, and people already were like, man, this year stinks, and that was before the pandemic. I remember.
It feels like it was forever ago.
I know. It's very sad. It's very sad what happened. We lost a lot of good young celebrities this year. You know, good people.
All right.
Life is short, everybody. Hug your loved ones, kiss your pets.
Drink lots of coffee.
Yeah.
Remember when Australia was in fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Remember when World War III was being discussed? That was like when the announcer comes on before a football game and goes, ladies and gentlemen, and then they like get the crowd hyped up because the crowd's just been standing there waiting for the game to start. That was the World War III stuff. And then the Australian fires were like the national anthem of the football game. And then, I don't know, then it was just after that, the football game of 2020 started. And it's only been nail-biting and terrifying, and I don't even like football, so.
You're talking American football or European?
American football. I am a ignorant American. It makes me mad because just like everything America does, no offense Americans, I'm just the Americans do everything modeling other countries but worse. One of which being the fact that we named football. Do you know how often they kick football in the sport American football? Like never.
It's like 4 times.
It's like carry ball. It's hand egg. Everyone knows it should have been called that. And meanwhile, what do the Europeans and South Americans and everyone else call soccer? They call it football. Why? Because you can only touch it with your foot and only sometimes your head. But the point is to kick it. It's like if you named it, like if in America, if we had cars and they were called like jet skis. And everyone else is like, well, they're called jet skis because they use jets in the back and they ski on water. And we're just like, nope, we're going to call our cars that. Why? They don't have a jet, nor do they ski, 'cause makes me frustrated. Because I wish that we called soccer football.
Maybe there is a reason for it that.
Is there? I'd love to know.
I mean, let's look
look.
it up.
Thank you, Ben.
Let's do.
This is an itch that I didn't know I needed
mission.
scratched. Why do we call it football?
Why is football called football?
And the rest of the world's like, hey, let's have measurements that are dividends of 10 so it's easy. And we're just like, no, feet. You know, like the king's foot. That's what we should measure everything in.
Okay, so.
Hate it.
There we go. Looks like
Hot takes. Sorry, go ahead. Ben, I'm literally shaking right now. I need answers.
All right, I'll just read you the whole thing. So, like the game itself, the word football has foreign ancestors. Historians trace American football back to 2 European cousins, soccer and rugby. Both began as kicking games. Soccer, the most popular sport in the world, was originally known as association football. Newspapers seeking a shorter phrase began referring it to ASOC, That name was soon shortened to sock
Ah,
and then grew back a bit to soccer.
crazy.
Rugby also began as a football game. In 1823, something occurred that changed the kicking game forever. A player named William Webb Ellis, instead of kicking the ball over the goal line, picked it up and ran it across. At first, observers didn't know what to think. Eventually, they agreed it was a good idea. The game was played at the rugby school and later became known as rugby football, later shortened to rugby. Both soccer-style football and rugby-style football eventually found their way to America. What resulted was an American combination of the two games. It was until much later, in 1906, that forward passing was allowed. So because the American game was really just another form of European football games, it too became known as football.
Hmm.
So it existed for a while, but it didn't have the forward pass. You couldn't pass. I guess you didn't have like wide receivers and stuff that you could actually pass the ball to. So it was more rugby-esque in that sense, and I guess those are both.
Interesting. Okay.
So there is a reason.
There is one.
We didn't just
It
decide.
wasn't spiteful.
Wasn't arbitrary. It was just kind of worked out that way.
Most things aren't. It's just more funny to
Yeah.
get angry about people screwing
And hate
things up on.
America.
Hey, I just hate the part about soccer. Can you show me the overhead? I feel like this doesn't look like Kobe. I don't know why. Forehead length?
Hairline looks a little off. Where's your-
It's not terrible.
Head shape is off.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, so it goes up from the ear, and then it goes about here.
and then it goes. It doesn't. Yeah, it's further in.
It's a little
Like
better.
it slopes like that. You look at it, like where his hairline stops. His hairline stopped
No, you're
in the
right.
middle of his eyebrows.
Sorry, y'all, I'm rusty.
Yeah, middle of his eyebrows, and then it kind of slopes down. So really, just hitting that in the middle of the eyebrows where it starts to turn. Just-
Okay. But then the hairline ends right there, so I gotta give him a haircut.
I just take the whole forehead off. But
You think?
yeah, just take the because it's too wide. So like fixing. So like you can't. So like
Yeah, okay. I get you. So, starting about yay, it goes up, and then it reaches the point, and then it goes down.
It goes down and almost like I think your face is too narrow too. So it's
You
part
think?
Of the,
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it looks roughly like
I think
him.
it'll look fine.
There's something hard about very well-known people with shaved heads, because everyone like subconsciously knows their head shape.
Yeah, I've never. I mean, I've done some really bad Kobe's in my day. So like I think yours will be better than. I think yours will be just fine.
Yeah.
I definitely did one. Remember that we did those? We did like three events at the same time at 3 different ice cream shops in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one where it was because that was not long after the accident.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the world was still open.
yeah, and so yeah, someone asked me for a Kobe, and they were fine with it, but it was honestly it was bad enough that I took a picture of it so I could use it, so I could look at it later to like
And
really pick it apart.
Weep in your car.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have those sometimes.
Eat my free ice cream they gave me. in the car.
I remember that. I rejected the free ice cream.
Really, I did not. I think I would today, but then I was not.
It's so crazy to me, not to like, I hope this doesn't come off as weird or anything, but it's so crazy. You're the only person I know that lost like a significant amount of weight during coronavirus.
No, it's fine. I'll admit I always feel a little weird talking about it.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Okay.
it's okay. I'm not
Okay.
saying it in a way that I'm like upset.
I got you.
Because like I lost a bunch of weight in my like when I was 20, 21, and like I kept it all off. Like the weight that I started at when the pandemic started was the weight that I had lost like 45 pounds when I was like 21, and I'd stayed right around 170, 175 all that time. But I think part of I don't know why I decided to I know why I want to see abs before I die.
That's I've never heard someone word it like that, but I
Yeah.
feel like I feel the same way.
Yeah.
God, I miss the gym so much. I was such a gym rat before the pandemic happened, and the gym is my church, and I miss it.
I mean, even whenever like, cause yeah, even whenever I hit the gym really hard, I was still always right around. I never really got below like 165 ish was the lowest I ever really got. But I was totally fine hovering around that weight. Like I wasn't big. It was just
Yeah. And I guess I feel a
Yeah.
little odd bringing it up. Maybe I should have just not bring it
No,
up
no,
because I
no.
know a lot of, well, not for your sake. I know a lot of people are worried about that kind of stuff, but just please be kind to yourself. It's a pandemic. It is totally normal and not at all a failure to like have your life change in ways like that. I think there's a lot of people out there because I keep seeing like positivity posts about it where it's just like, guys, we're in a pandemic. Like, it's okay. Like, you literally can't leave the house as much. And so I just don't want to make anyone, I know some people have like a lot of difficulties with that kind of subject. So
Yeah, I think part of it for me too is
y'all are doing great. I promise. Doing the best you can.
Because I'm a food addict. Like that's like and that's not. It's always I always feel weird saying that a little bit because it's like people don't think of food as an addiction, but I mean it's the same. Just it's no different than alcoholism or being addicted to narcotics or anything like. It's the same mechanism in your brain. It's the same reward system in your brain. So like I've had to deal with that a lot all my life. I mean, honestly, I should be going to OA meetings. I don't because I'm self-conscious about it because I'm not overweight. Um, so I always feel like that people are going to be weird about it. But they won't. They probably wouldn't be. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like
Sounds like you're catastrophizing a little bit.
yeah. Well, it's just it's like why is this guy here? He obviously doesn't need any help. You know.
Tiger. 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Nice.
I like that brown in it.
Very happy tiger.
Yeah.
Let's see. Am I having a good day? Oh, Baby Yoda, 36 today. Nice. Hey, Jim. I remember you. I made your portrait a while back.
Oh, so this is a birthday one. I love to take birthday requests. So I'm going to make a Baby Yoda for Gem Hill. If y'all wouldn't mind. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of people like the baby.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Baby Yoda is pretty popular. I hear good things.
I feel like I could probably do it from memory at this point.
Yeah.
I don't want to risk it, but like I have.
Just don't make a baby Dobby like I did.
The child.
But I think part of the reason why I started like hammering, like paying more attention. I mean, I've always counted calories for the last like 15 years, so I don't even know how to do it any differently. But part of it's I know if I'm home a lot, I'm a grazer, and so I'll just eat all day long. And so part of it was just like I gotta crack down, and so like I've got to create, and the only way for me to do that, like I can't give myself any leeway. So it's like these are the rules, these are the parameters that you have to follow every day, no matter what. And like as long as you stay within these parameters, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just like a way to stop myself from literally eating all of my groceries constantly. Because this is because normally before all of this, I would go to the store like every day and just buy a little
Me
bit.
too.
Yeah, and just buy a little bit.
$20 of groceries for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't do that now. So it's like now I've got a house full of food, and I'm someone who would normally just literally, if I had that, like I'd get a week's worth of groceries and they'd be gone in 2 days. You know?
Yeah.
So, and I wouldn't feel, and I'd just be stuffed constantly. I'd literally go 2 or 3 days. That whole time, I would never be hungry the entire time. I'd be full most of it.
Well, you were the one who helped me come about with the idea where, like, I have sort of the same thing where I'm kind of an anxious eater. I was actually just saying that right before the stream started. And so one thing I've kind of picked up from you, like, you know, I would have had the idea myself, but I saw it modeled in you first. Like, you were always talking about how you did this, and that's keeping an abundance of healthy food around so you can eat as much as you want, but Like for example,
Yeah.
when I snack, I eat protein bars, and they taste like candy bars, but they're not terrible for you. And that's been a huge help because like if I do have a craving and I can't get it out of my head, I can eat something or like Halo Top, which is just low calorie ice cream.
Yeah.
Works
Yeah.
like a charm.
That was always like I refuse to eat. Like I won't get regular ice cream. I always get, I will get Halo Top or the equivalent,
Yeah.
whatever brand or, or protein bars or like chips. Like I've been, uh, I've got a pantry full of Quest chips, because they're freaking delicious. But like
Yeah.
they're not bad for like you could live off of those things and be perfectly healthy.
The science is starting to come around to making food that tastes just as good.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of catches. Like you shouldn't eat it only, but
Yeah.
they're good snack foods. And by the way, I hope none of this sounds like I'm like, man, last thing I want to be is overweight or something. Because like I know, I don't know, I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. I guess for me, it's not so much about a weight thing as it is like how I feel. Because like I know when I eat a lot of bread, I feel like crap. Like I feel like I can't get anything done. I get headaches. When I have too many carbs, I just don't feel good. And my whole thing is like you guys know, I can get like the zoomies. I'm a very active person in typical circumstances. And so the last thing I want to be is lethargic. And so I try to eat healthy for my sanity, not exactly my vanity.
Yeah.
I stole that from you. That's
Yeah,
saying.
except I flip it around.
Yeah. No, I do pretty much everything health-wise for
Yeah.
how I feel, not so much, like, I don't really care about my weight. And I feel like I used to a lot because I kind of grew up in a house where there was a really unhealthy view about it.
Yeah.
But, like, there's so many worse things to be than...
Becca, sorry, Becca says, I love you guys, but this conversation is super triggering.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yikes, I'm so sorry. That is my bad. We can change the subject.
Yeah, that's fine. It's something we've all dealt with a lot, but yeah, we don't have to talk about it. Dana and I talk about it enough off stream.
Please feel free if there's anything that we shouldn't talk about, y'all. We were happy to. We try to keep these streams very like authentic, I guess. Like kind of like you're just sitting around hanging out with us, like so that's going to happen sometimes, but with that you guys are more than welcome to say something.
Yeah, we don't talk much different in here than we do out of here, so.
Yeah. Well, because I think like one of the things we've come to realize is that our brand, how like we're a company of I don't know, like I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Like our company is set up very much in a way like one, we're all very good friends, and we try to like run our company that way where it's not just happy fun time, but it's also like like for example, we're all co-owners. Ben, Dana, me, Hank, Dan, 4 co-owners. And that means we have equal stake in the company, and that really helps with the idea of like the company is us, we're not just workers in it. And so a big part of our brand, I guess you could say, is like ourselves, we just try to be a team of people who shoot the breeze and hang out. And so we're never trying to like, trust me, we are the last people who try to like offend people, so feel free, if we're going to be authentic, feel free to just be honest with us back. I'm seeing y'all's requests.
See, Jeremy just dropped the... See you, Kaylee.
Thanks for joining in, Kaylee. Thank you guys all for joining in. We've got quite a crowd today. Someone just commented Space Jam. Oh, Becca, no, you're totally fine. Again, I was hesitant to even bring it up, and honestly, I probably should have just kept my mouth shut. So I do feel like that's a little bit of my bad, and you don't have to feel bad about pointing that out. It's totally fine.
Oh, that's fine. Like Becca and I have talked about it on Joy of Pancakes before.
Oh, okay.
Or was it on request? Where because we both have issues with that stuff. So like.
Yeah. Oh, Lizzie wanted Appa.
Appa's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, I see requests for a pug. I think I'm gonna do a pug next, just because I've seen that request like 8,000 times at this point.
Pugs are always fun because their faces are so foldy.
I forgot to border Kobe. I hope that's not an issue. And then Ben, I think I might trade off with you maybe at like the hour mark because I'd like to eat my lunch.
Yeah.
I guess it is the hour.
Yeah,
Or I guess
we
started at like 10 after, so it's about the hour mark.
Yeah.
I'll probably make a pug and maybe an appa, and then I'd like to switch off.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys ready for Baby Yoda, who somehow is done before Kobe is, even though they're like the same size? All right, 1, 2, 3. Nice. I don't mean to call out my own flaws, but is this one a little creepy?
The Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
I mean, Baby Yoda is a little creepy.
Yeah, but I made like
have you watched The Mandalorian at all?
No, I have not.
He's a little...
I mean, so are kids.
Yeah,
I love kids, but kids can be a little creepy. All right, ready for Kobe? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think that's bad.
Gemma sent us a tip.
Oh, nice.
A
Thank
$1
you.
tip. Thank you so much. That's so cool.
Jem requested Baby Yoda, yeah?
Gemma?
Yes. Yes, Jem, I think you said it was your 36th birthday and you wanted the Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, thanks. We appreciate that. Yeah, that's a Kobe pancake.
Yeah. It's the eyes, I think, and like the eye wrinkles.
Yeah.
It's a very good smile.
That or maybe a young Carl Malone.
I cheated a little bit and made sure to get his team colors in there because that makes the subconscious connection in your brain. We have a lot of tactics for like making people think that our portraits are better than they are, which I think is just what happens when you're a portrait artist. It's not cheating. I'm mostly just being self-deprecating, but it's interesting the tricks you pick up about human psychology, like, you know, how people will react to something. Like what you can emphasize, what you can take away from a little bit, what details you can omit, what details you need to push. So,
we're not fooling ourselves, but maybe we can fool you.
Yeah. Ben, could you scroll up? I feel like I had one I wanted. Oh, a pug. I was gonna do a pug.
Yeah, I remember a pug and Appa were the two that I remember.
Yeah.
You mentioning.
I'll probably do a pug and appa and then.
Whatever feels right.
Okay. Pug. Thank you guys for your requests and for tuning in.
Me and the boys are losing it if they would like a Spider-Man.
Ooh. Actually, I might make that too. I really like making Spider-Man.
Spooter dude.
So, what Spider-Man, though? Are we talking Miles Morales? Are we talking, like, I could just make a very classic Spider-Man?
I mean, they're all Spider-Man, so...
Yeah.
Take your pick.
I do really like the Miles Morales suit.
I gotta wonder though, cause he spray painted it to like get that. It's just like, is that gonna hold up? That can't be comfortable when that paint dries. Like,
Yeah. Well, and then in Spider-Verse, he like paints it and then goes immediately into battle. And the whole time I was like, there's no way you waited for that to dry.
He's gonna take that suit off and he's just gonna be covered in paint.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be like, oh, no. He's gonna take it off and he's just gonna have like an imprint of the Spider-Man outfit on his body.
Just the red lines.
Yes. And then he's like, man, why do you have the Spider-Man things painted all over your body? And he's like, cause I'm not Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious.
Spider-Verse was such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like whenever I went to see, we actually all went to see it together.
Like Dancakes team, yeah.
Yeah, and I think I had been up for like 30 hours straight.
Yeah, you fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep. I was so, like, I was not.
You always fall asleep when I go with you to movies, though. At
It's-
least twice.
It's because it seems like every time we go, it's like I've been up for so long.
Yeah.
So and
I figured it was an ADHD thing, because I know I get
No.
real sleepy during movies.
I if it's a really good movie and like and I'm not dead tired, like I am in. Yeah. And of course, then what movie was the one that we went and saw in Boston? Really terrible.
We saw Early Man because Hank wanted to see like an Aardman Films
Yeah.
movie or Aardman Productions or whatever, and because he's like, oh, the studio's really clever, they make good stuff, and then it was like the most obvious kids movie ever, and Ben was just passed out.
Yeah, I think on that one I made a conscious decision that sleep
Yeah.
was better than this movie.
We almost walked out, but I think like you were sleeping, so we were just like, oh,
You could've
we
woken me
paid
up,
for
but
it.
that's all right.
I know. I think we were just like, it's not terrible. It's just not a very
It's
good
just not
movie.
good.
Have you guys ever walked out of a movie? Share the movie you've walked out of. I know the one that I considered walking out of, but I was young, and so like my friend's mom had driven us there, and I didn't want to be rude. Was Percy Jackson 2. Like I really liked the first Percy Jackson movie, but then like the second one was so bad, so even me at like age 13 was like, man, this is garbage, and I wanted to leave so bad. But I couldn't.
Let's see, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie in
Never?
a theater.
Dan and Hank, I remember, walked out of the new Mummy movie. They just thought it was so bad.
The one with Tom Cruise?
Yes, the new one that like came out like a 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah, they walked out.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. I
Oh.
enjoyed it.
I guess they just have better taste.
Or worse.
Okay, but no, because I saw Blockers with Hank, and Hank like was laughing his butt off, and I was just like, this is so bad. Like,
Because I
it's one of those audiences where they laughed at everything. Like
Wow.
they would be like, we're in the same chemistry class. That means we have chemistry. And it'd be delivered in the most dumb way possible, and the whole audience would lose it. And I would be like, really? Really? Like, and I don't want to be mean. It was just, but like everyone was losing it. And I'm like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
I haven't seen Blockers, but I watched.
I only saw it for John Cena. So like, give them credit. They got me.
I watched the new.
I'm gonna make Appa, by the way.
Yeah, I watched the new Mummy with Diva. Actually, I watched it. So there's the YouTube channel Filmjoy does the movies with Mikey. They also have another series where they sit down. It's a bunch of other like friends and YouTubers. They sit down and they watch a movie, and they watch movies that are supposed to be bad, but like, and they try to like, and it's per audience suggestion. Sometimes I watch good movies too, but they watch anyways. They talk about it and like, and critique it and all this stuff. And like, they watch the new Mummy movie expecting it to be terrible, because that seemed to be the prevailing wisdom. And like, while they were watching it, they were just like, yes, this is actually pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Like all of them, and I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'm okay with watching
The
it.
only thing I care about with that movie was that whole thing with the trailer. Did you see that? Oh my god. They I forget what happened, but I think someone goofed, and I don't know enough about like audio and stuff and like what goes into like a video and what properties you can get out of it. You know, kind of like when you told me about that thing with Trump where they left the metadata on the pictures or something,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
could tell what time they were taken. Like, I don't know how that pertains to the YouTube videos, but from what I gathered, someone messed up at Universal and they posted a trailer in which you could like take away certain layers of the audio. And so there was a trailer for The Mummy. Just look up Mummy trailer, like no music, and you'll find it. And it's like pee your pants funny. It is so, like, they just took the music off and you can like hear all the stuff they put into the background, and it's like a meme at this point. Like, people spread it around so much.
Interesting. I wonder if they did. I guess it depends on how they. I don't know if YouTube supports surround sound at this point. So, because like if you have 5-channel audio and there's no bleed between, it could be that if they had 5-channel audio or 7-channel, It could be that they had the music coming out of like particular speakers, and
Yeah.
and there was no. Normally, if you were doing something like that, you wouldn't necessarily do a hard pan to one speaker. There would be some bleed into the other speakers, but it could be that everything was like partitioned off very cleanly. And like I do that with guitars sometimes, where like I'll hard pan guitars left and right and stuff. But even then, I'll usually I'll send it back to the other channel, but like really low and with a ton of reverb on it, and it like gives it space to make it feel like it's not this. But anyways, so like you're probably just able to like cut those channels out with the music on it. If it was stereo though, then that would be harder, because stereo is just 2 channels.
I don't know what they did, but
Me neither. I'm just speculating at this point.
if you want to laugh, just please, highly, highly recommend it. Even if you want to like mute us and go watch it and come back and give me your thoughts, it's like a minute long. Just type in The Mummy, and it was Tom Cruise, not like Brendan Fraser or something. What did I think of Brendan Fraser?
It could have been. I mean, the Tom Cruise was the newest Mummy. Maybe.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
And it might be maybe that's not the one that Hank and Dan. Maybe it was.
No, it's the one that came out by Universal when they were trying to do their own dark universe.
Oh yeah, that went absolutely nowhere.
So look up Tom Cruise Mummy or something. No, or different audio or no music, or you'll find it. It's got like 1 million views. You know, it's like people love it, and it's so funny. It's just like them screaming and floating around and like in the plane. So there's no music, and then you just hear like somebody be like, ah! Like you just. It's so good. I would not recommend you go away from the stream to watch it and then come back and give me your thoughts if I didn't think it was one of the funniest things.
I wonder if maybe the other way is just using using filters where you can EQ and gate stuff out.
How would they do it if the whole joke was like someone screwed up?
So if none of the music, if the vast majority of the music doesn't fall into the range of the human voice, or at least enough of it to where you can cut out the majority of the frequencies that gives the voice its character, you can cut those frequencies out completely and get rid of most of the music, and or at least make it very, very quiet. And then you can take that a step further and use a noise gate to cut off all of the, or even just manually do it, cut off all the sections where there is no dialogue, and make that completely silent, and then only leave in the parts where there is dialogue, and there's still music there, but the human voice would be so much louder than the music that you wouldn't really hear it. And that would be the other way to do it. And then what you would probably do as well, you would probably put, like probably from like the BBC sound effects library or something like that, just like a background like white noise very low, so that you don't get these moments of dead silence between. So you still get like that feeling of connectedness between the disparate pieces of audio. Because otherwise you'd get like the screaming and then literally dead silence, which you almost never have dead silence, even whenever it's pure quiet. There's some sort of white noise going on, whether it's air, just the wind blowing through the microphones, or just, electrical noise from the hum of the instruments, or any of that stuff.
Got a pug, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Pug. Kind of odd coloring there. Copied the picture. It's funny, these are both very pug-like.
Man, we've got so many requests.
I know. Got a lot of people today. Could you scroll up a little bit so I can read? Because I'm just going to wait for Appa to be ready here, because he's almost cooked.
Yeah.
So. I walked out of Ready Player One, but only because I love the book so much that I couldn't watch them butcher it. Yeah, I've heard they really butchered Ready Player One. Your Movie Sucks on YouTube made a really great review of Ready Player One that cracks me up, because he's like, I liked this movie, I guess, but nothing in it makes sense, and then he just goes through the enormous goofy plot holes for like 20 minutes. He's like, how are people running and jumping in the virtual world? Mm-hmm. Like, how are they jumping over long gaps? Do they have like, are they climbing a ledge in their apartment,
So the one movie I did turn off, I don't think I've walked out of a theater, but I did. There was
I'm sorry, really quick. What was that request that I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that too? Do you remember? Spider-Man. Did they ever say what they wanted?
I don't recall saying that.
I mean, it is up to me too, so I can just make something. Miles Morales. Someone said Miles Morales, but I don't know if that was them.
No.
Well, if it's cool with you guys, I'm gonna make Miles.
Oh, wait, no, they did. They said Miles Morales. The
Cool.
person who requested it.
And then I also saw a request for Venom, and they're both pretty easy pancakes, so I kind of want to make one too. So Venom's coming too. But I'm sorry, Ben. What did you turn off?
Oh, the Jimi Hendrix movie, All by My Side. And Andre 3000 from geez, why can't I remember? I can't remember the freaking group that Andre 3000 is in.
He had a show on Cartoon Network called Class of 3000. I remember that. Anyone watch Class of 3000? That was a cartoon.
Outcast, jeez, I can't. Yeah, so the half of Outcast. But anyways, he played Jimi Hendrix in the movie, and honestly, it could have been an Oscar-worthy performance, but one, they didn't use any of the music. They couldn't use any of Jimi Hendrix's music because they didn't get approval from the estate, and the thing that but now I was okay with that because it's like, you know, and it's like you never know with that stuff because like Jimi Hendrix isn't here to you know, but like I don't know, halfway, 2/3 of the movie, he out of nowhere, he just comes out of nowhere. You know, and I had heard about this scene, and I was just kind of going with it. I was like, maybe it's not that bad, but his girlfriend is on his long-term girlfriend, like was with him before he was famous, like is on the phone and on a payphone, and he just comes out of nowhere and grabs the payphone from her and just smashes her face with it. And it's just like, who are you calling? And it's just like, who are you talking to? And it's just like, what the? Because
did he do that?
No, that's the thing.
Good Lord.
The woman that was the actual person who like said that never happened, that Jimmy never laid a hand on her.
That's insane.
And like he had no history whatsoever of domestic violence or any of those things, and so like. And it did, and so like that's weird enough, but also it made absolutely no sense with the rest of the movie or the story. Like it was so non sequitur and just didn't fit, because there at no point in the movie did he show any crazy jealous tendencies or
it's just totally
any sort of like weird like power or dominance things. Nothing like that. And then just all of a sudden out of nowhere, he just beats the living crap out of his girlfriend, and it's just like, what the happened? Okay, like, and I couldn't watch it. I had to shut it off. It's just like this completely ruins it. Like this makes no sense. I know it didn't happen, and it doesn't even make sense with the story you're trying to tell. So it's just bye.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it wasn't for that, it would have been a great movie, which is unfortunate. And like his performance was fantastic.
Yes, we have people who know what Class of 3000 is. Yeah, it was just like an animated show about these music school students, and Andre 3000 was their teacher.
I don't remember that at all.
It was maybe like 2003.
Oh, I was...
Yeah, we did not watch the same cartoons.
No, we did not.
Except for Pee-wee's not a cartoon, but we both watched Pee-wee.
We did both watch Pee-wee, but I was there when he was still on the air for real. And
yeah,
not in reruns.
I had the VHS like collector's compendium. All right, we're gonna flip Appa here.
And I was around when the Animaniacs, I remember the Animaniacs premiere.
Nice.
And then so it was about the same, like you had Animaniacs and Freakazoid and Hysteria came a little later, and then there's Tiny Toons right before that. Like Tiny Toons was like sort of the precursor to Animaniacs. But all those Steven Spielberg produced animations and shows from the early '90s to the mid '90s, like dude was knocking it out of the park left and right.
Yeah.
Like he didn't make the shows, he produced them, but like he knew how to pick them. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. I don't have much to compare to when I watch the Animaniacs reboot. Like I can't be like, oh, this is the spirit of the old show, because I've seen bits from the old show, but I never like watched it.
Yeah, see, I watched it all the time when I was a kid. That was one of the like they had the old WB cartoons and stuff. That was.
It's a good time to grow up. Meanwhile, I was like perfect age to be watching cartoons when Cartoon Network went through their CN Reel phase, which was when they were like, cartoons aren't working, so the Cartoon Network needs to have live action shows, and everyone was like, huh? And so they had shows like, dude, what would happen? Where it was just these like guys blowing things up and being like, what would happen if we blew up a car? And then blowing up a car, and Andrew WK was hosting.
I do love Andrew WK, but that definitely doesn't seem to fit the Cartoon Network. The weird thing, like I grew up. I definitely feel like I grew up in like a golden age of children's television.
You did.
I
mean, that's what it was called. Like the golden age of animation was like the late 80s, early 90s.
It wasn't even just animation. It was just TV shows in general, because like the shows that I grew up on that were like on Nickelodeon and stuff, like they still work as shows, and they're, I mean,
like
one,
what?
Like one, they're weird as all get out.
Yeah.
And like they weren't, you could watch them as an adult and still enjoy the heck out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't dumbed down for kids,
mm-hmm.
like in the least. I mean, I'm thinking like shows like Pete and Pete,
mm-hmm.
Pete and Pete especially. Like I think that's one of the greatest shows ever made.
Yeah, you've talked about Pete and Pete.
Pete and Pete. I mean, there were shows like Hey Dude or Salute Your Shorts, and oh shoot, what else am I mean, like the early runs of all that.
Yeah.
Geez, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Let's see, what else? I mean, I'm missing all sorts of stuff in there. There was so many really great live action shows in there that just like that wouldn't have been bad for adults, but still worked for kids.
Sorry, I think I said I was going to flip Appa, and then I decided to fill in Venom without even thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and flip Appa, if y'all are ready. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I like that.
That is good. That's really nice.
Got a teeny bit crispy, but that's fine. Border this the best I can, but it got a little close to Miles.
Yeah, Lizzie's talking about it. Yeah. Oh, Rocko's Modern Life too. Yeah.
Yeah, they made a really good reboot for that, or a special for that.
Yeah, I need to watch. Yeah, so much.
It's really good.
So much adult humor that went over
kids' heads.
Right. Yeah, and that was the beauty of it. And it was the same thing with like.
Hey Ben, can you help me like relocate some of these?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, even shows like Doug and stuff, and Ren and Stimpy especially. Holy smokes.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy was
And then I guess even Rugrats still works as a not kids show.
Well, and I like how much they tackled adult themes in those shows. Like a lot of people today are like, why do shows have to get all political? And it's like cartoons have been political for at least like 20, 30 years now.
Oh yeah. I mean, geez, yeah, they freaking, I mean, there was Chucky's parents were divorced.
I don't know if they were divorced.
They got divorced.
No, his mom died.
Oh yeah, like they didn't shy away from that stuff, and it's kind of amazing.
I know, they even like touched on it in the movie where he like misses his mom. I'm making Falcor, by the way. I think this is gonna be my last one because I also have to pee. I hope that's okay, Ben. You'll still have a solid 30 minutes.
Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Cool. I've never seen Neverending Story.
I have not seen that either. Oh yeah, Hey Arnold, that was a good one too.
Hey Arnold didn't shy away from stuff.
Oh, not at all. Yeah, that was Hey Arnold came out when I was in 4th grade.
Yeah, It really does bother me. Like, if you guys want one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time, it's a Quentin Reviews video. That's the name of the YouTuber, Quentin Reviews. And he made a video called Political Messages in Kids Cartoons, and I thought it would just be like a standard video about, you know, explaining here are a few examples of political messages in old cartoons, but he makes a lot of excellent points, and it's basically just all about how people want to, you know, get upset that there's this representation in media, there's that representation in media, and kids cartoons are just getting so political and whatever. And it's like, political messages in kids cartoons are just like you tell stories, you're going to dip into, like, even if things aren't directly political, so many of them can be tied into political allegory, you know? Like, and he brings up a lot of great examples where you could watch a cartoon and you could think it's just a cartoon plot, but then when you look a little deeper, it's obvious that it's about this adult topic or that adult topic, and it's very likely that that was the author's intention. And I think it's just, it's harmful to everybody when we ask for shows to not say anything about anything, because that's just part of the human experience, and like shying it away for kids is so odd to me, you know? It's like, kids, there's a reason Sesame Street has the acclaim it does, you know? They talk about all sorts of stuff, and it's like, why would you want to take that away from children? Like, if they don't learn it from a TV show, then they're rightfully going to learn it from an adult. And we're not talking anything grossly inappropriate here. We're talking about life lessons. And so, great video. Highly recommend. One of my favorites ever. I would highly recommend it to anybody to watch.
Yeah, I think that, like, people complain that things get political, but it doesn't stop anyone from doing political things.
The world is political. Some people's existence is political.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. Yeah, sorry. It's yeah.
But yeah, so, like, you know, I don't worry too much about people complaining about shows being political or whatever, because, like, they're gonna do what they're gonna do regardless. Yeah. If an artist has a vision for something, they're gonna do that anyways. And everybody wants to be mad at something, and so, like, people just look for excuses, you know. And, like, the one thing that I've sort of, like, so many people, I mean, one, those people tend to have the loudest voices, but also all of these people who spend all of this time pointing fingers at everybody else, it's a defense mechanism for them to not point the finger at themselves. You know, if everybody else is the bad guy, then you never have to admit to yourself that maybe you're not the good guy.
Yeah, getting deep.
And
projection is rampant.
Even if it's not projection, even if you're right, it's like, if you spend so much time just looking for stuff to get mad at,
right,
and then just yelling about it, never take the time to actually.
Oh man, these colors are a little light.
I think they look fine.
Yeah, do we think that looks fine? I hope that looks fine. So everything's a little, like, very, very pale, which, you know, yeah. Feel free to be honest if that's not the Miles Morales you were expecting, because I tried white outlines, which doesn't always pan out. Feel free to ask Ben for another one. You know, in fact, I might, just little things, like I could do this. Like,
oh, did we get a... Oh, we got a request from Becca.
Sweet.
Miss Piggy.
There we go. That's already much better.
I can take the Miss, whenever you're done, I can take the Miss Piggy, because you know, I'm going to knock on wood here. I don't think I've ever done a bad Miss Piggy before.
That's the strangest knock on wood I've ever heard. There, that already looks a lot better. I guess I'm just insecure. Like, the worst thing a pancake can be for me is me flipping it over and it not having enough contrast. That's my least favorite phenomenon ever.
We didn't have Cartoon Network growing up, though, so I don't even think Cartoon Network. When did Cartoon Network come on the air?
Pretty early. I would say midnight. When did all the cartoons come out? That would have been Maybe like 96, 95?
When did Cartoon Network start?
Oh, that Venom's a lot cooler.
1992.
At least in terms of my contrast. Like, that pops a lot more.
Nice.
Blech.
Yeah, 1992 was.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, but it was only. I mean, it was only carried by 223 cable systems, which is nothing.
Really?
There's more than that in an entire state. So like.
Whew.
Yeah, keep like every. I mean, in St. Louis, like in St. Louis alone, or the St. Louis area alone, there's probably, a dozen, probably over, 2 dozen or more cable systems.
That's crazy. I never knew there were that many.
Mm-hmm.
So, hope you guys like these. I feel like I maybe could have done these a skosh better, but, free pancakes. We're all just having fun. Hope it's okay. There's Miles Morales. I need to bug Hank. Oh, cool. I'm glad. I need to bug Hank into letting me play Spider-Man on the PS5. Hank and his family, like at least him and his brother, are very big on like getting the systems when they come out. And so he's already got a PS5 because Anders accidentally ordered 2, and instead of like, or pre-ordered 2. And so instead of just like canceling it, he just was like, Hank, which to me is cool brother. So Ben, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, all right, I'm ready. It's too bad it's not coming out on a PC because then I might get it.
Well, I think that's the whole point, is they want you to buy the very expensive machine.
Yeah, well, I think Spider-Man 5 is the only PS5 exclusive that I know of.
There's also Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, but I don't think it's out yet. I don't know. I feel like I would have heard about it.
Ratchet and Clank made by Rare?
What? No, it's made by Insomniac.
Oh, okay. I think it was made. Isn't it made by a Microsoft studio?
What's your next request, by the way?
Well, Miss Piggy, because that was.
Oh, Miss Piggy, gotcha.
It's a donation.
Gotcha.
They get bumped to the front of the line. That's how it works.
Thank you, Becca. Whenever you're ready.
Just putting my little sleeve on here because I'm not a towel boy.
Well, you go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use the restroom, so excuse me for a second, guys.
Okay. Way to go. Hold a Hank. He runs into the camera constantly. All right, Becca. Miss Piggy's coming up. Need a pocket towel. Let's see. There's so many awesome options with Miss Piggy. Let's go with this one. This is a classic. I just gotta be careful not to make it too big. Fix that real quick. Get that outline of the iris without letting it bleed into the pupil there. Ah, her nose stuck to my bottle. pulled it off. Pulled off her nose. Try that again. This time with less nose pulling offage. She is the ultimate diva, Miss Piggy. Don't want to make that. She got a small forehead. From all them, he wears her wig really low. Alright, got that. I'm gonna get those ears in there. The ears over here. Alright, now make progress. Hair. Alright, there's that. Toss some highlights on there. I might have squished her face just a little bit, but I think it's gonna look okay. Alright. And get our browns over here. We got some oranges too, so we're gonna. How are we gonna do this? Oh, thanks, Becca. I'm doing my best. Doing what I can with what I have. Okay. Don't want to miss that eyeshadow. That we get eyes there. White. All right. Then that. And we'll do some cream batter for the highlights there. And we'll do some highlights on ears there. And then a little bit of our darker brown for the shading of said ear. All right. Got blue eyes. So I think we're going to do, mix a little bit of indigo and blue to see if that gives us an interesting little bit of swirl of colors. Because the eyes, if you look really closely at someone's eyes, they're never a uniform color. So something I always try to do is kind of pick a neighboring color and kind of try to get it in there a little bit, so it just kind of gives it an interesting pop. Like cat eyes, you know, if they have green eyes, you toss like a little yellow in there to try to just give it a little more life. Doesn't always work. Sometimes they just kind of one overtakes the other and you can't really see it. When it does work, it looks nice. Okay, there's that. We're gonna fill. And do little things here. There's Miss Piggy. Outline here. And we can flip over this other pancake here. All right. Oh, this one's ready. All right, here we go. Good job, Dana. Out of plates. Gotta get more plates. Luckily, got all got a Miss Piggy, and then we've got the shoot, the Never-Ending Story. I can't remember the particular name, but there's that. All right, so where's that sweet request queue, Jeremy? If you want to drop that in there, there we go. All right. Let's see here. Oh man, we got so many requests. Jack Skellington. Jack Skellington's always fun. I'm trying to see. I don't see anything in there that like I haven't done before. Jack Skellington and then Demogorgon is a good one too. Yep, I've done one of those before. And it was a lot of fun to do. All right, Dana has returned.
I like that a lot.
Okay. Good job, Dana. You did it.
Just looks like, I don't know. I like how they come.
All right, so I'm about to do a Jack Skellington.
I was just saying that I liked how that Alcor, I think his name is. I like how it came out. Cassie says, I love it. Thanks, Dana. You're welcome. I like your profile picture. Hi, Sky Kid. When you get a second, can you straighten your griddle? It's bugging me.
Yeah, your griddle was like that the whole time.
Terrible. Hey, why was my coffee right here? Did you take a sip out of it?
You put it there.
Oh, I did. Okay.
I literally saw you set it down.
Just checking. Could you?
Been over here the whole time.
They're always asking for Mega Man, but no one ever asks for Mega Mind.
Why is that?
Mega Mind's a good one. I don't know if I've ever been asked for a Mega Mind. Why did Jeremy say, doing okay there, buddy?
I'm not sure.
Jeremy, was that for us? Mojo on YouTube says, if there's some time left after all of these, would it be possible, excuse me, for you guys to do a quick Zabuza from Momochi? I think would make my evening even better. Thanks.
We can certainly, if we, I'm not sure what that is, but we can certainly.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to us to pick what we want. Jeremy, we could. Oh no, you already dropped. All we've got left, it looks like, is let me check it out. We've got Princess Mononoke, Garnet from Steven Universe, Natsu from Fairy Tail, Tigger, Mario, Geralt, Anthromancer, Michael Myers, SpongeBob, Mulan, Jack Skellington, while you're doing that, Jax Teller, Marilyn Manson.
Not screw up his head shape.
Potato looking. Charizard, Weenie Dog, Lizard, the Nooks from Animal Crossing, Tim and Al from Home Improvement, Shawn Mendes, Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a fun one. Yu-Gi-Oh! Space Jam, Game Grumps, Batman, Steelers logo, Sloth, Lord of the Rings, Treant. Don't know what that means. Mega Man, Finn and Jake, Sailor Moon, Demogorgon, Chihuahua, a Rose, and a Mickey Mouse body.
Just the body?
Just the body. No! Nicolette, get out of here! Nicolette asks for the Animaniacs. I mean, honestly, I wish I was making that one. That's the Animaniacs, if it's not a spoiler because it was in the trailer. But they do a bit, at least at some point. I haven't gotten that far, but where they do like an anime spoof and it's animated like anime. And so they look like actual anime characters. Like, it's a pretty good, I haven't seen the scene, but like looking at the screenshots and the way they move and the way it's animated, like it looks like an anime. It's kind of freaky. It's like when, you know, like one of my favorite things that cartoons do is when like they take on a different art style as like a bit, you know? They did the same thing on Amazing World of Gumball, and it's amazing how accurate they can get it. Like, you can tell that the animators just like loved the content they were working with. And yeah, the Animaniacs is a thing. And I don't know, the first time I saw them, it triggered my fight or flight response.
I mean, even Avatar: Last Airbender had a dream sequence where they did a bunch of different they aped a few different, of course they were doing an anime style in the first place, but they definitely threw in some like Naruto stuff and everything just because it was a weird dream sequence.
I love when it changes its art style, like any show. I think it's so cool. Jeremy, what studio? Yada? Was that Amazing World of Gumball, or are you talking about the people who did the Animaniacs reboot? Well, I guess the Animaniacs reboot would be Warner Brothers, but also that could be the name of like a smaller studio. I don't know. All I know is that the people who did the Animaniacs reboot also are the ones who did all those Tom and Jerry animated movies with the really weird animation. So they did like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and Tom and Jerry. That's literally the title of the movie.
That's wild.
And from what I've heard, it's not very good. Studio Yada did the Animaniacs. Oh, they got a different studio. That makes sense. They've worked on a lot of nerdy things. That explains why it's so well done. It's just another studio. Not that they couldn't have pulled it off, but it looks very convincingly like a shift. You know, like they completely changed the art style. They're terrifying, and they're very scary. I don't know, there's something about the designs that freak me out. Here, Ben, I'm going to show you a screenshot, unless you don't want to see it.
No, I can.
Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm going to show Ben this screenshot. Can't believe we have to talk about this on the stream. I'm very upset. Okay. Where's me? There I am. Okay. The Animaniacs. I don't know how well you can see things, like, on these cameras, like if it even focuses. But yeah, they're anime characters. And, so Ben, I want you to tell me how this makes you feel.
Kind of awesome.
Right? Look how good it is. And the whole bit is animated that way. And it's like animation, you know? You can, like, visually, it's a different way of animating.
I'm totally okay with that.
And I can't wait, because I'm 3 episodes into the first season, and I can't wait to get to that episode. There's just something, I don't know what it is about me, but I've always, like, my fear has always been triggered by very strange things. Like, as a kid, it was ladybugs. Like, I was never that afraid of bugs, but ladybugs. Certain shades of blue, balloons. Like, I've just always had these weird fears. So I don't know if it's just weird stuff crossing in my brain. But yeah, I saw those Animaniacs, and I did all but run for the hills. It's just not right.
Not right, I tell you.
It's not
natural.
We've normalized a lot in our day, but that's too far. I do think that more shows should take on crazy new art styles. Like, I don't know, there's something about it that, like, itches a weird part in my brain, but the Animaniacs are an exception. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did I even ever... We were in studio mode. I don't know if I ever put the Animaniacs on the screen.
I don't know if you did either.
No! I was looking at the wrong screen, dang it. Guys, tell me in the chat, did anyone see the Animaniacs? I feel like I was holding... Like, studio mode means that we set up a preview and then we have to manually set it to be on the screen. I don't think I did that. Dang it.
This whole conversation is ruined.
I know.
All right, here comes
Well, they can look it up.
Here comes Miss Piggy.
Schmack. Nice. I heard her voice as soon as I saw it, so I think that's a good sign. What's your best Miss Piggy impression, Ben?
Oh, geez. I don't have one.
Well, I know Kermit is like, I'm Kermit the Frog here, and then she's like,
Just, yeah! There we go. I got that.
Yeah?
Yeah, where she just,
Oh.
every time she beats somebody.
I'm nervous. I feel like I could do a Miss Piggy, but the world is watching.
You don't want to embarrass yourself.
Mm-mm.
All right, where's that sweet
I will go to it. Okay. Someone did say,
Because I know there was one in there where I was like, ooh, you should scroll on the other one so I can see it.
Oh, well, whatever. Okay, hold on, everybody. There you go. Starts at the top. And there's quite a few of them.
Another Space Jam, Game Grumps, Batman stuff. Ooh, let's see. Natsu from Terry, Tigger, Michael Myers, Marilyn Manson.
Sloth is a good one. I'm jealous. I wish I was making a sloth pancake. You know, it'd be funny.
What's that?
What if, since we have so many requests, and you feel free to tell me to get out of here, but what if you made a pancake down here, and then someone wanted a rose, and I made it like in this half? And then they get more pancakes. Teamwork.
Maybe.
I'd be willing to do that. But that's just like the really easy ones.
Let's see.
Cassie, with the pancakes that we don't freeze and preserve, frankly, we make dozens of pancakes a stream. So some of them will get thrown out, unfortunately. Or
They'll get composted.
Thank you. Yeah, I always forget that. We do compost them.
They will get eaten. just not by us.
Becca asks, would you be able to draw the rose upside down, Dana? Yeah. Are y'all challenging me?
All right, here's what I'm going to do, because there was a Marilyn Manson request and a sloth request. So I'm going to do Marilyn Manson as a sloth.
Becca says my mic was cutting out. Do I sound okay, y'all? Because my light is still green on my mic pack. I don't know. Could I make a rose upside down in the top corner? Would that be cutting into your business?
I think it would. Just have to not use the same colors as me.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. Okay, they say I'm good. Upside down rose. Wow. I've also had a lot of coffee, so I feel like I'm just kind of antsy. So if the people want an upside down rose, it's cool with you. I'm happy to give it to them. Roses are fun because they're way easier to draw and like freehand than people think. I mean, because they're just overlapping layers of petals. So you can just put a line anywhere like I just did and fill it in. And I promise it'll look just fine. There you go. One rose pancake.
Oh, shoot, it's in the way of my...
Oh goodness. I feel like I already know the direction this pancake is going. You know what I mean? The way you put it so off to the side, why do I feel like he's just gonna be hanging like a sloth?
I don't know, Dana.
That's kind of round. There, shablam. Honestly, Becca, I love making roses. I can make them really... I feel like all of us could make them pretty quick because they seriously are like... if you want to make a rose, you just need to make a lot of like 90-degree angles that like swoop around. It's like making a spiral. Like you could literally draw like a spiral that's like oval shaped and then put a bunch of lines that are perpendicular to the lines you already drew and it'll look like a rose. Like a rose is actually a really good, like I love when people ask me for roses at events because I can crank them out so fast. They're one of my favorite things to make for that reason. Sky Kid said, Dana, go burr. Yep. Becca says, honestly, watching you draw that fast upside down was impressive. Thank you. I appreciate Ben for letting me use the griddle for a second because I wanted to do that.
No problem.
Thanks. Oh, good lord, Ben. Who calling me? Oh, I'm gonna take this really quick.
All right. All right. Where's our basic shape here? And then let's get some fur. It's gonna be. All right. Way to tie all this together in a fun way. This is going to be such a dumb pancake. I'm excited. All right. So we got our basic sloth in there. There. He's a very pale boy, so we don't need a whole lot. Sure, I'm using my lightest brown for the shading here. Drop. Saturate the nose a little bit. Dana has turned.
Hello. Sorry about that.
This is going to be such a dumb pancake, Dana.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Also, Ben, feel free to take as many requests as you want after this point because it has been 2 hours.
All right.
There's no way that we can get to all the requests we got today. But I know one thing I like to do is, so we have a lot of requests that Jeremy, our moderator, has been kind enough to compile. But I also try to make sure that if we do make a request late in the game, it's someone who's still watching. Because people jump in, they jump out. So if you're still here and you have a request that you've already said, please feel free to throw it out. At this point,
raise your hand.
Yeah, at this point, I would like to try to get to the people who have been asking. Like you can still request if you want, but please feel free. It would help us out if you repeated something that you said earlier, because we keep going back to that old list. But the last thing I want to do is make something that no one here wants because someone requested it and then left. So feel free to repeat, and we will pick the one, or Ben will pick the one that is most intriguing to him. And as a reminder, do you have it copied and pasted, Ben?
What?
The link.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to this link, that should pop up here. There it goes. If you click on that link, you can make a donation. I'm getting a call from Jeremy, so excuse me again.
Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not technical difficulties. All right. Almost there. Do we have a donation that we missed?
We have a stars donation.
Ah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, Facebook, it's for monetization, so yeah, it is.
Okay.
So we will,
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that was Haley Heath, because Haley Heath just said I sent a picture of my dog to your email. Was that you, Haley, with the stars donation of the Chihuahua? Because if so, we will get to that immediately.
and that can be our last one then.
Okay.
So, good way to end it, I think. Chihuahuas are.
I am not seeing a picture. Which email did you send it? Oh, but the dog isn't in the email at the moment. Yeah, Haley, did you send it to the Dancakes Studio email?
requests@dancakes.com.
Oh, well,
It goes to the same. It goes to the right inbox.
it does.
Yes.
Okay. Well, did you send it to the one that Ben just said? Because it's not here.
All right, Jack Skellington.
Jeremy says I posted it.
We got our rose. That blue did not blend like I thought it was going to. So it just looks like he's got lines drawn all over his face. Nice. All right, let me see here. I'll check here.
Jeremy, what does I posted it mean? Posted what? Where? I assume the Chihuahua somewhere. I'm confused. Good Jack Skellington, by the way.
Thanks. Just any old Chihuahua?
No, there's a picture, and that's what I'm talking about, is we're like, what email did it go to? Because it's not here. Yeah, Haley Heath, if you could send that email again, make sure that it's the right email if it doesn't work for some reason.
Requests with an S at dancakes.com.
Yeah. Again, that's requests, like
And you can
plural
just-
requests
you can
at
drop it in there.
dancakes.com. I could, but Jeremy says I gave them the email.
Okay.
If she wants to DM it, will that work? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can hop on Messenger and
Like DM it to the Facebook page. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could do that. Mojo Senpai on YouTube. Rose was beautiful. Thank you. I like making roses. Aw. Then if you wanted to do, unless it's another one I could do above the sloth, we got a request for an axolotl for an 11-year-old watching. That's really cute.
yeah, I'm trying to get this request. Yeah, I don't have the email. I don't have the DM.
Where did you send it, Haley?
You can add them if you click on their name, the little arrow next to their name in the chat.
It's saying undeliverable. How did you spell it? I'm gonna send you something really quick, but it's requests, like plural request at dancakes.com. I can't imagine it wouldn't have been anything other than maybe a spelling error.
Yeah, it's always worked.
Oh, Jeremy got it. Can I make a little axolotl up in the corner, Ben?
Sure.
I love axolotls. Axolotl.
I still got nothing, Jeremy. I got no email. I also I have to wait till the sloth is done before I can flip it. Don't want to flip too early.
This axolotl has a stubby little body because I wanted to do perspective, but it just looks like a stubby little body, which I think is great.
I just mean, what's that group? I'm trying to get this image, but we've got no DMs, we've got no emails. I sent a test email, and the email works fine. If you want a specific Chihuahua, I can't do anything until I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably won't see it if you post it in the chat because I don't think we get images in the.
I mean, if we get it on mobile, which I can look for.
Yeah.
Haley, you can Facebook DM it to us, like anything at this point if you want
Send it to that email.
Yeah.
It's definitely the correct email. Just copy and paste what Dana put in the chat there. Like.
Jeremy says they're gonna work with them on the side on it, so
Okay.
we'll get that figured out. What do we got here? What is that, Ben?
That's
Good Lord.
That's our boy Marilyn Manson as a sloth.
Wow. Very bold, combining those two. Very enlightened.
I thought so.
It's very good texturing.
Thanks.
Like I like how you did that sloth part. That looks very good. Very simple, but very like effective.
There he is, guys.
So we gotta buy some time while we figure out this whole Chihuahua thing. So Ben, if you want to take maybe another easy request,
Sure.
so we're not sitting with empty void of silence. You want me to read you what we got again?
Sure. I'm actually. I remember.
Oh, cool. What is it?
It's going to do a Princess Mononoke one.
Oh, nice. Good one.
Ooh, that'd be neat.
Thank you guys again for joining in on this stream today. We had a really good audience going.
Yeah, thanks.
A lot of engagement, which always is a lot of fun. We appreciate everyone who comments and hangs out and chats with us and answers our dumb questions and has their own questions for us. And as always, we can take whatever questions about pancake art you have, any questions about us, any
Life.
Any request is okay, as long as, I mean, let's be real, if you know it's okay, it's not something hateful or awful. So feel free, guys, and the requests, or the streams to come, at least the Sunday stream, keep those requests on deck, and we will be happy to try to take as many as we can whenever we can. We like making pancake art for you guys, and we just appreciate you guys hanging out. Aw, Chelsea says, thank you, my son's watching the axolotl you made. He's stoked. I'm so glad, Chelsea. What's your son's name? Be happy to shout him out for the good idea. Drew says, I'm gonna go eat some pancakes now. Bye. Bye, Drew. Enjoy your
Yes,
pancakes.
Good
Glad
choice.
we could potentially have inspired you to eat pancakes.
I ate French toast this morning, so.
Mojo Senpai said, Marilyn, the sloth, Manson. Is that Godzilla?
It's not Godzilla.
Looks like it.
It's not Godzilla.
I don't know. Cassie says, Dana, you could make the half angel, half devil pancake today. Just a suggestion. Yeah, wasn't that like, didn't that happen in a previous stream? Where someone wanted like a devil angel, except half of it was Dan and half of it was me, because Dan and I were streaming.
I don't recall, but it sounds like that could be a thing.
Whoa, Alex has 2 axolotls of his own, and their names are Sandy and Archie. I wish I was Alex. That's cool.
Lucky dog, you.
Nicolette asks, is that anime?
It is.
It is.
Studio Ghibli.
It's just like one of my Japanese animes. Forget what that's a reference from. Just some vague internet reference at this point. Oh, we got a dog in the DMs. Oh, cool. Jeremy WhatsApped the picture of the Chihuahua to us.
Perfect.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Haley, for figuring that out. Appreciate you working to get that to us, because last thing we want to do is have a request we can't make. Or be donated for something and then not get you what you want. So thank you guys for getting that all worked out.
Alright, I'm trying something. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. We're going to do it anyways. There's every time to try stuff out that may not work. This is it.
Yeah, Sky Kid, Anime STL is the coolest. Drop a banana emoji to say hey to our friend Jeremy. He's cool.
Alright. Here we go. Fill this in. And we're going to see what happens. Kind of try to do... I'm worried the colors may not pop. But it's an experiment. We will learn something from this regardless.
We got some bananas.
Heck yeah. How about them bananas?
Sky Kid dropped a cookie and a candy for Jeremy.
Okay, so there's that. Then, WhatsApp. What's up? WhatsApp.
Whoa.
Alright. Gotta be careful. It's Chihuahua. It's got giant ears.
Yeah.
Don't want to make those eyes too big, and then Pancake ends up being ginormous. Don't want to pull a Dana.
Hey! I did okay with sizes today.
I resemble that remark.
I resemble that remark. Guys, I'm so funny, I referenced Clone High.
Whoa, you're so clever.
Watch out, I might quote The Office next.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't make her do it, guys.
Nicolette said, "Oh, you're One of my favorite jokes from that dumb show is when he falls through. I think the evil scientist guy pulls a lever and then he falls through the floor and he goes, ah, ah. He's screaming, but he still has to
do his thing.
That
show's so good, so ahead of its time.
So strange.
Yeah, gosh, and then I really did grow up in a golden age animation because, like, after, when I became like a teenager and stuff, then all of a sudden we had like Daria and Clone High and like all these just crazy shows, and they're still amazing today.
Yeah. Look what Nicolette commented. For what supper I want a party platter. Then he's like, For supper, I want a party platter. And he's like, no. Stupid show.
Your impression's getting better.
Thanks. I think it was fine from the first time.
I think everyone disagrees with that.
Everyone disliked that.
So everybody's John F. Kennedy could use like a little bit of improvement.
Yeah.
Fix the shape of that snout just a little. Made him look more like an alpaca.
Nicolette wants more of my impressions. Give me someone to do an impression of, Ben.
Do your best. Do Forrest Gump.
I haven't seen that movie. I'm
No.
like 12 years old.
Do.
Wait.
Do Doc Brown.
Mom always said life's like a box of chocolates. No, that was just my voice because I got insecure. What? I didn't see Back to the Future. I haven't seen anything. How about I can do an impression of you.
Sure.
Hold on. What's a Ben thing to say? I looked into the computer stuff and I found what wasn't working. All right, bye everybody. I need to go eat a protein blend that's mostly beans, but it's really good for you.
It's been months since I've done that.
I don't have anything. I swear, I'm not trying to make excuses, but when I'm off this med, I feel so spacey. I feel like I'd be more on it if I could use most of my brain. Oh, Becca said we never got to hear that Miss Piggy impression. I feel like she's like, hello, Kermit. I'm Miss Piggy. Wait, that's like Kermit again.
You're trying.
Kermit. I haven't seen. Let me pull up Miss Piggy. Hold on. Drop a candy if I did a good Ben impression. Hold on, let me pull up Miss Piggy. 1 second.
And drop a shrug if she did a terrible one.
Here together. Thank you for
That's Jimmy
honoring
Kimmel.
your commitment to be here together. I think it takes a lot of... This isn't awkward at all. I don't want to pry, but why did you break up in the first place every day? You always seem to be so happily unhappy together.
I thought so. Are you sure you don't want to pry? Because it sounds like you want to pry.
Yeah, I do actually want to.
Why are they on Jimmy Kimmel? This is so weird.
Because they had the show. They rebooted They did a show for like 5 minutes, and they like made it more adult themed and stuff.
Oh.
They tried to bring the Muppets back, and it didn't work.
Oh.
Yeah, I honestly didn't watch it. I wish I would have because it did look really funny, but I don't know. You know, it could have been that the previews were really funny and the show itself
Okay, so
didn't quite pull it off.
but Miss Piggy's like, she's like up here. I keep doing Kermit. They're kind of the same voice, just different pitches. Cause like Kermit is down here and Miss Piggy is up here.
I wonder if did Jim Henson do the voice for both of them?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just asking the questions. What color did I just use? Blue. Blue's fine. Make a flip.
I'm gonna have to practice. Who can I do a good impression of?
Can you do Christopher Walken? That's always an easy one.
Yeah, I think so. Obi-do. I wanna be like you, oh.
Perfect.
Wait, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm Christopher Walken, I'm the orangutan. Axolotl! Cute. I hope Alex enjoys that axolotl. Wait. Oh. I didn't see you flip that one. What is it?
It's the.
From Princess Mononoke. I haven't seen it because I'm basic.
I just saw the reference and I don't remember what it is, but it's like I think it's the wolf character transforms into something,
Oh.
but I don't know what because I haven't seen it either.
I could do an impression of Dan. Well, first I'll do an impression of Hank. Yeah, so I'm gonna do an impression of Hank, and this is basically how he talks. It's not a very fun impression. That's Hank. Then Dan's like up here, and he's a little like, he almost sounds a little like Ben Shapiro.
Poof.
What?
Just.
He does.
I mean, that's yeah.
That's why he does the impression so well. So let's say hypothetically that Ben made a Chihuahua pancake, and let's say hypothetically that you made an axolotl, and then why would we be mainstreaming axolotls? That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just not doing a very good job, so I'm gonna stop. Chelsea heard Alex screaming from the kitchen. I guess because he really liked the axolotl.
Nice.
I'm glad.
All right, about to.
Let's say hypothetically you flip the Chihuahua. I have more jokes, but I want to keep the stream appropriate.
Let's say hypothetically, I speak really fast and say a lot of words. I try to fit as many words as I can into a sentence, so that way it comes off as though I'm winning the
I
argument,
like to talk
even though
over
in fact
people.
I'm not. Hey,
I like to talk over people, which makes me right. See, I'm right. Why would Harry Styles wear a dress? Oh, lovely.
there it is.
Very cute. Very cute. I love that blue border.
Good way to end the stream.
I'm gonna work on my impressions, guys. Come back
Next
every
week.
Sunday, and I'm gonna work on my impressions.
She'll
I'm
have a
gonna
new
work.
impression for you every week.
I'm gonna work on it because I feel like I'm too insecure to really dive head first, and so I'm doing like a half embarrassed impression, and those are always the worst because you can tell they're not very good.
Gotta have confidence.
You do have to have confidence. It's like anything.
All right, you want to switch?
Yeah.
You want to do a roundup here? Do a roundup of all all of our pancakes before we switch to the wide.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get these all in here. Just gonna put this over
You can sit on the
here.
foots. You can zoom out a little bit here. Is that the right way? Wrong way.
I think my favorite that I did today was Ursula.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I also liked the tiger I did. Creepy baby Yoda I did. I liked the Appa.
I like that one just because it's so stupid. But
And it looks like him. I didn't say that before, but that definitely has the look.
I think my most technically good pancake was the Chihuahua,
Can we scooch the table down like that way?
so people don't see the edge.
No, so they see more of the pancakes. Yeah.
There we go. Let's see, we got these two over here. We got a top one.
Wow, we made a lot today. Not bad for 2 hours and some change. We've got space down by Miss Piggy, so I'm gonna take the Great Dane and put it. Can you squeeze that in there so I can balance this? I need to put a towel or something under this. So yeah, there are your pancakes from today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the requests. Becca says, Dana, come back next time. One new impression every week. Haley said, that's amazing. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to switch to the wide in a second so we can say thank you. But in the meantime, take one last gawk at these pancakes. What's your favorite? I really liked the Wacko I did.
Yeah, it's good wacko.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna have to go with my Manson sloth.
We should have a hotkey for fade in.
We do.
What is it?
What are we doing for the? We doing the? Well, you can't be in studio mode for the hotkeys to work.
Well, that's what I mean. A hotkey that hits fade.
Oh.
Like I hit Alt 2 and then I hit fade. But whatever.
Well, yeah. If you're not in studio mode though, you can hotkey it. That's what I'm saying.
I know. I meant if you can be in studio mode. There's
You
this.
might be able. There's probably a way to do that. We'll take it out of studio mode so that way I can fade us out without having to awkwardly step to the side. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the requests. Thanks for all the donations, all that stuff. We will. Dan will be here tomorrow from 1 to 3 to enjoy pancakes. which is long form pancakes. So he'll be on for 2 hours and he'll make maybe 2 or 3 pancakes, but they'll be super detailed and super neat. And they'll be like the stuff you see back here. Most of these are made on Joy Pancakes. And then Wednesday, either Dan or Dana will be doing one, and then I'll be doing one on Friday from 6 to 8. So hang out, stay around. See you next time. And thanks again.
Bye, everybody.
It's not gonna work, is it? Of course it's not gonna work.
Dang it. Great.
All right.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Thanks. See you guys next time.